Record. Hello there, everybody.
Hi.
OG Juices.
Yes, Monica.
Monica
OG Juices.
and David from up in Oregon. I'm visiting down here in the Montebello area. We are cousins, and we both have a real similar health story, and we want to share it with you tonight because honestly, I'm from Oregon, like I said, and up there it's a different environment. It's not like it is down here in LA, and when I do come visit, I'm kind of culture shocked. You know what I mean? It's a little unsettling for me, to be honest, when I come down here because the population is much bigger. I showed you earlier,
Oh, yeah.
3,000 people in the town that I live in.
3,000. That's so, like what we have in this city.
That's it. My high school was bigger than that, you know? So
yeah.
When I come down here, obviously there's a lot more people, but there's more concrete. There's less trees, less nature, more concrete, more buildings, more metal. More telephone wires, more electrical wires, more 5G, more fast food restaurants. Wow, Starbucks, you know, and on every corner there's something, you know, tempting. And then, of course, the stress level is kind of high right now. So when I come down here, I like to spend time with family, and we have a lot of good quality food, real good vegetables, good raw fruits, and juices. So tell everybody about your juices.
Yeah, so should we do the disclaimer?
Well, right now, yeah, we should.
Or
well,
maybe.
First we got to share the screen, honestly. So
Okay.
We're going to share the screen, and we've got a presentation here that we're going to share. So the disclaimer is this video, you can read it there for yourself, but we'll tell you that this video is for entertainment purposes only. We're just trying to entertain you guys with what we've learned. Share what we've learned. It's education purposes. We're not trying to cure anybody. We're not trying to diagnose anybody. Or if you have any questions, go see your doctor. But do some research. Do your own research and take what kind of the information that we provide tonight as just little nuggets of possibility, and then go out and look for it for yourself, you know. But
you know, it may be something that may work for you, that, you know, that can help you, and, you know, it may not. Like, everybody's bodies are different, but you can always just try.
And so you provide a service down here in the LA area called OG Juices.
Yeah, so it's pretty much a 3-day cleanse, 3-day juice cleanse. Just a great way to reboot, detox your body from a lot of these things that, you know, David was talking about. You know, the fast food, right? And what were you saying? The concrete.
Well, there's a lot of concrete, a lot of heavy metals, the buildings, all of those frequencies, they bounce off of the concrete and the heavy metal. So if you can imagine throwing a bouncy ball in a concrete room with, you know, it's just going to ricochet off of everything. And that's what the frequencies do down here. And up there, the trees absorb all those frequencies. So I don't get bombarded by electromagnetic frequency as much up there as I do down here. So I feel like I'm getting punched in the face with, you know, just Wi-Fi signals. Everywhere you go is Wi-Fi, and that's damaging to the body. And we're going to talk about that, because that's why we need antioxidants, because the EMF, the sugar, the alcohol, the tobacco, all the things, they create degeneration of the body, and we need to have these antioxidants to regenerate us, and that's what OG Juices provide.
So it's pretty much you're giving your body a break from all these toxins, from all this fast food. You're gonna, so, you know, give your body fruits and vegetables. All the juice, it's literally, so juice, it's the water of the fruits and vegetables, like, just, you know, either pressed or extracted. And so imagine it's all broken down already because it's been pressed or it's been extracted. So you drink that, and it's literally going into your body and just like depositing, you know, nutrients, antioxidants, vitamins. So you instantly feel so good. It's just amazing.
And you use a lot of the different colors I can see in the bag.
Like
you utilize the whole
12
spectrum.
different flavors. Like, it's so awesome.
So each one of those it's a different enzyme. Each color, like the green, for example, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's chlorophyll. And the chlorophyll helps everything in our body sort of regenerate. And so the leafy greens, the kale, the spinach, the parsley, the basil, ginger's really good.
Celery,
all of that stuff. Cilantro, you put cilantro. That's a heavy metal detox.
Cactus.
Yeah, wow, really?
Beets, a lot of beets, and beets are like number one in detoxifying your liver, all your
They
organs.
have one of the highest enzyme contents.
Yeah. And it tastes good.
Really
My
does.
beet juice tastes good.
Good. And here's a couple of them, right? That's the rainbow.
Yeah.
And so what do you get? Signs that you need a detox. So if you're thinking about doing a 3-day cleanse, this would be a really good list for you to go down and see. Check these off.
Yeah.
And
do
if
you have constipation? You're not going to, I mean, we should be going, 2 to 3 times a day. And I hear some of my customers say, I haven't gone in 1 or 2, 3 days. And that's not healthy.
No,
something's not right.
Because there's a traffic jam. And that reminds me of LA traffic sometimes. Like, I don't want my digestive system. See, that might be, hey, I don't know. This is a weird world that we live in. But maybe the lack of traffic in Oregon, where I live in the rural areas, is a good representation of how things move and flow through my body. The energy, the food I eat, the water I drink. But down here, it's congested. Everywhere you go is congested. And so I feel congested in my head and in my digestive tract sometimes too, because it's so stressful. Everything. I've been biting my teeth when I drive and gripping my, that's just that's subconscious stress. And so I need a detox. I qualify right now for a detox. And I certainly did 2 years ago, because I was 320 pounds and I was chronically depressed for 15 years, coming from a traumatic childhood. And so what changed my path was I became a parent for the first time. And my little daughter, who's running around inside right now, she brought that light into that darkness where there was no light. And so that was my awakening. And I started juicing, and in fact, you inspired me. And I'm going to tell you that for 100% right now from my heart, because your story had already started long before mine did. And I always kept it in the back of my mind. Like, I knew it was possible, but I didn't feel like I was ready. And that little baby girl in there, she motivated me to become ready. I had to become ready. And so that's my little baby Stella right there. Look at her. And that was me.
She's so cute.
Over 300 pounds. But I had a herniated disc in my lower back. I had trouble putting on my socks. I couldn't. I'm 28 years old and I was having trouble putting on my socks. And so hypertension, depression,
risk of heart attack,
insomnia,
stroke.
All of this stuff. And so those are the same shorts. In both
crazy?
Pictures. And what did I do? I hydrated myself properly, but with fruits and vegetables, lots of cucumbers. That's detox. Detox. Do you put cucumbers in?
Cucumbers.
Lots of cucumbers and lots really good living water. We're going to talk about living water right now too.
Yeah, in the cleanse, it's pretty much, it's not just your juices, it's also water. It's half your weight in ounces of water a day, because it's just, and that's how much we should be drinking every day, like not just, and more if you work out and you're active, because that's just how much water are we percentage? 80% water?
Well, we're about 75% water, but your brain is 85% water. So we've got a little slide right there that's 75% water. Your eyes are 95% water. And so if love yourself enough to live a healthy lifestyle, and that's what it comes down to, because this guy up here, he didn't love himself. That's plain and simple. That was self-loathing at its finest. And so once my little daughter came into the picture, I knew that I had to love myself for her. And so, but it's not just what you eat. It's really not. And that's why I love this slide, because it's what you watch. It's what you listen
your
to.
surroundings,
And have you ever heard
what you're seeing?
That you are the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with? Isn't that true?
It's so true.
And you have beautiful people around here all the time. And so that's why we are all sort of like a rising tide lifts all ships. You're a rising tide for them. They're a rising tide for you. You've been a rising tide for me, so I can be a rising tide for others. And that's all we do is we lift each other up, and that's our job. And that's what OG Juices does. And that's what we're doing
here too. We want to lift you guys up, and if we can inspire anybody, or like you just plant a little seed. That's
a little seed. And sometimes we don't get to see what comes of the seed. We don't know if a tree planted or not. But if we can just plant seeds, then and you should be doing that too, whoever's watching this video, but are you hydrated?
Share with your friends, your family.
Are you hydrated? You can get hydration from fruits. You really can. And so thirst is one of the last signs of dehydration. A lot of people don't know that. when we're thirsty, like I'm kind of thirsty, maybe I just need to drink more water. I need to take.
I know when my eyes are itchy. Like
really.
Then and once my eyes start itching, it's like okay,
and your eyes are 95% water. Yeah. So when they start itching, what if there's 65% water in that moment?
Yeah.
You know that because you're dehydrated.
Yeah.
You know, and so if you're not, maybe you're getting your hydration from your fruits, but you could also be getting your hydration from your water. And so right here we've got another. A good one that I like, signs of dehydration: nausea, tiredness, clumsiness. And so that's because your brain is 85% water. And so if you've dehydrated, let's say you're at 65%, then there's your fine motor skills. There's your function. So
your body starts shutting down pretty much.
Should you be driving?
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? Most of us probably are, right? We're out there on the 405 in traffic and we're not hydrating.
Working.
So muscle cramps, a lot of us get muscle cramps at night. A lot of people get muscle cramps at night because at the nighttime hour, our body's naturally detoxing. And if we're already dehydrated and there's no water, then that muscle's going to cramp. And a lot of times when you stretch in the morning and you get that Charlie horse, you're dehydrated, I promise. And so
drink some water.
Chapped lips, those are signs of dehydration. You said drink some water. But what kind of water are we drinking? What kind of water is available to us? Most of the water, I can tell you right now, I've tested a lot of water. Most of it is in this 5 to 4.5 to 5.5 range. And so most bottled water that I test is in the 4.5 to 5.5, unless they've added ingredients to change that. And so, and those ingredients, they're not good for us. And so I want to talk a little bit about that.
The water shouldn't have ingredients.
No, it shouldn't. Really, it shouldn't, because our ancestors, what were they putting in their water? Nothing. They were getting it right from the stream. And so for us, where are we getting our water from? Some 50-year-old pipe that's rusted and gross underneath the streets of Montebello? I don't know. When was the last time the pipes under the streets were changed? I don't know. And so, but that's where we're getting our.
David actually has. I was thinking of Bandon Oregon. I always do that.
I mean, everybody does, because my Instagram says Bandon Juice Bar. I'll tell you. No, I won't tell this story. I have a funny story about someone who thought my name was Brandon for a long time. Funny. But it's funny anyway. So how do you know if you're acidic?
I was going to tell the website. He has an informative website that we all have access to that I didn't even know until today.
Well, that's true. I think we can
just
share
really quick. We could just
do a new share, and we can go to Firefox.
So you guys want to take a screenshot of this? Is really informative. You can check out.
This is okay. Sorry.
No.
EWG.org. I believe it's a private or nonprofit type organization where they gather all the public information from the city water supply. So this is our tap water in the San Gabriel Valley, and it serves 226,000, almost, look at that, 900, almost 227,000 people. And so I mentioned the town that I lived in, only 3,000 residents in the town. This is crazy. 226,000.
That's why you're all stressed out here.
Trust me, it's like I'm not good at math, but it's a lot of people. Anywho, you guys are all great people.
That's why he's gonna need a detox, because all of that is important.
And there's a lot of energy. I'm an empath too, so raise your hand if you're an empath. Are you absorbing all of this energy? Because I am, and I like it. It's a good challenge because it makes me want to step up my detox. Like, if I'm boxing in the ring and I'm getting punched, I'm gonna not want to keep getting punched. I'm gonna want to up my game. And so every time I come back, I know I need to come back well armed, because I'm coming into battle. And the battle is not even things that are in my control. And so what can I do about it? I can drink some OG juices, and I'm glad that there's always some in the freezer. There is. And so every time I come, it comes right into the sink because it needs to defrost. And so, but there's 32 total contaminants, you guys. Look at that arsenic. 374 times what they deem a healthy amount. And so these things are cancer causing 100% of the time. And if we're wondering why we're so toxic, this is why. The nitrate, all of these things they get caught in your fat cells, your fat tissue. And
these are pretty much all the bad toxins, right? Or all the unhealthy.
These are unhealthy toxins. What they do.
Toxins that we're carrying around, and something you were saying about, that being also the reason why it's harder for us to release weight, to go to the bathroom.
Because our body, our fat is like our Tupperware. So imagine you have Tupperware and you put your leftovers in the Tupperware and you put it in the fridge. Well, when your body doesn't recognize something that you consume or that comes through your skin, because your skin's going to absorb, especially if you're dehydrated. Think about a sponge. If you have something on your skin, and that's including, because you guys, all 227,000 of these people, it's all recycled water. So think about all the birth control that women consume, and then it's excreted through their urine into the toilet, into the public water supply. That's why they have to put all of these chemicals, is because they're recycling our water. And that's what we're drinking. That's what we're cooking with. Every single coffee shop, what are you making your coffee out of? Every single tea house, what are you guys selling your tea with? Because if it's tap water, then this is what's in the water, you guys. And so
I thought it was so cool. I showed up with my, see?
It's chai latte.
Poison.
It's chai
latte.
latte.
And I was so happy to be like, oh, it's a chai latte. But now that I know what they use, what kind of water was used.
And even though
I don't even want to drink it.
Maybe there's a filter, but has it been even checked in 2020? Yeah. Does anybody even know who's regulating these? Because nobody's even caring about anything right now, right? Except for hand sanitizer. And what's that hand sanitizer going to do? It's alcohol based. So it's going to dehydrate you, and you're putting chemicals.
Weaken your immune system.
You're putting chemicals into your skin. It's going to weaken your immune system. And so these are some of the things that we need to detox.
Informative and
yeah, I appreciate that. We need to detox these things. So how do we know if we're acidic? And I guarantee you that tap water is acidic. I guarantee you. And if not, then they're putting all those chemicals in it to make it neutral. But it's garbage water. And so look at these symptoms. Acne. What is that? That's your body pushing acids through the skin.
Trying to release it.
Trying to release it. It's detox. Low energy. That's low cellular voltage.
Hives.
That's
I always hear
that's all acidic. Same thing with what's the psoriasis and eczema? I don't even know if it's on this list, but I know psoriasis and eczema are both the same type of skin issues. There Insomnia. It is, psoriasis. And so these things are just the body trying to push acids out because we have too many acids in, and are we drinking alkaline water? I know you do, right? I give you a hard time about that too.
Yeah.
Because your water has ingredients.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to.
Yeah. See, and I just based off of, it says alkaline in the front, but they can put that anywhere.
They can. And so right there, purified water. So what is that? It's recycled water, probably from wherever the warehouse is or wherever
I always buy that one too.
And so sodium bicarbonate, that's the same as putting like baking soda in your tap water. If you have a filter on your fridge. That's not going to promote true health. And what that's actually going to do is it's going to over-alkalize the liver and the kidneys. And so that could cause alkaline toxicity. And that's not good either, because that can create another cascade of health, illnesses. And what it also does is it's oxidizing. So it focuses on alkaline. Yeah, sure, it's alkaline, but it's also oxidizing. And how do we know about oxidation? Because we cut the apple and it oxidizes. We cut the avocado and it oxidizes. And so these types of beverages, every single one of them, they're going to promote this process. Every one of them, including tap water. And most people, they're buying cases upon cases upon cases of bottled water. And this is what they're doing to themselves. But I'll tell you what, Wi-Fi does the same thing, because if you take those apples and you leave one in the kitchen and put one next to the Wi-Fi router, the one next to the Wi-Fi router will brown faster than the one that you leave in the kitchen every single time, every time. And so what's going to happen? How do I know? Because we've done it. We've used tap water and Kangen water, which is
imagine your body.
Exactly. Imagine at a cellular level, because We have like 37 trillion cells in our body. You're not one person. You're 37 trillion cells. What is a cell? A battery. It has positive and negative polarity. And so you want to keep a negative polarity because that's anti-aging. That's anti-oxidizing, that negative polarity. And so what happens right here, Enagic, it has a negative polarity, exactly what your cells need. That's negatively charged living hydrogen. And so this special water that we have that I give away for free at my juice bar, it's because it's anti-aging. It's going to promote cellular growth. And so what does that mean? It means antioxidants. It means that all of those bottled waters, they have free radical scavengers. That's why they're antioxidizing, because they're scavenging. They take from you. They take your life.
Withdrawing.
They're withdrawing those little boogers. So think of it like a bank account. Because if we're not making deposits and they're making withdrawals, we're going to be overdrafted fast. And there's your illnesses. There's your oxidative stress. This is what happens when you're overdrafted. When you have too many withdrawals. I mean, you guys take a screenshot like she said, because if you don't have these symptoms, somebody you love does. And I guarantee you, because being down here in Southern California, I see the unhealthiness in people, because I recognize it, because I used to have it in myself. And so there's a certain vibration that you have. It's a low vibration. And I can recognize that low vibration. I can feel it in my heart because it's familiar. And so I feel it down here. And when I say I'm an empath, it hurts me. Because I can't help everybody, and I want to. I want to hug them.
But you are, because you're sharing all your knowledge.
I appreciate that. I really do. So this is what happens to the cell. This is what happens to an unhealthy cell. When you drink the bottled water, it starts like a domino effect in the wrong direction, and we don't want that. We really don't want that. But what can we do about it? Because this is a list of things. It's called the ORAC value of foods.
But who's really going to eat all of that?
Well, you could if you were really committed. How committed, it's hard right now, right? Or you could drink a little bit of water, because right here,
12 pounds of broccoli.
12 pounds of broccoli. I can't eat 12 pounds. Or 1 glass of water. And so this water has voltage. It's electrically charged. It's like the same science. I'll tell you real quick. It's the same science as a lightning bolt hitting a body of water. That once that surge of electricity, it's going to do a molecular restructure of the water. And so this is H3O2. It's not H2O.
H2 what?
It's H3. So there's 3 hydrogen and 2 H3O2. So 2 oxygen. That means it has some to donate. It has extra to donate. It's going to make a deposit. And so if you can drink as many of those molecules, remember when I showed you all the little tiny little bubbles? Those were all the hydrogen molecules. And so what they're going to do is they're going to neutralize those free radicals. And that way the free radical doesn't steal from me. So it's a deposit. It's a healthy deposit. And what happens when we increase our cellular voltage? We increase our vibration. We raise our vibration. And so
it's like with the cleanse, like by day, I tell everyone, I'm like, day 2, you just wake up a different person, because you feel less anxious. If you suffer from, like all of these benefits, the laughing, the smiling, I feel like it's like the fog clears, you just feel better.
Whoa. Anyway, that's all the presentation that we have. I mean, it's really easy if you think about it, because we all know about like a hug, like I said. If the right person that you really care about hugs you, that's why your heart, it transmits the vibration. And that's why, like, when we feel really emotionally connected, and when you make an investment in your health, you're making an emotional connection to yourself. And there's nothing that can raise your vibration more than investing in your own self, your own livelihood.
That's all we got.
That's all we've got. And you know what we do? I was taking better care of my car than I was my body. I had my car in for regular oil changes, like every 3,000 miles, because I didn't want any problems. And I was always on the up and up. but I didn't care about my body. And then when I realized that I was a spirit experiencing like a human existence, you know, I'm a spirit inside of a body. And so I wasn't taking care of my vehicle. I didn't even really understand how my vehicle worked. And detoxing, it helped clear out those toxins.
Cleansing,
and so
drinking the right kind of water, you know?
The right kind of water. And so what I hoped to do with this, I'm going to stop the share now. What I hoped to do with sharing this information is really just help share what I've learned, because my before picture, you could obviously see that I wasn't really investing in myself like I should have been. Health was not a priority for me. And so I don't know if you can relate, because I saw your before picture also, and it maybe looked like you weren't investing in the right areas of your life either.
I was so focused on, I had just recently like became a wife, and so I was like focused on, you know, being that, and just kind of let myself go, you know, put myself like in the back burner. Until I started feeling sick, like I said, just not feeling like myself, feeling, you know, a lot of anxiety and uncertainty. And that's how I knew, like, okay, I'm not fueling my body with the I'm not making deposits. Like, you know, right? I'm withdrawing.
In
like,
more ways than one, probably too, right? Me too. I was like that too.
So that's how the cleanse was created.
Were you taking care of people though at that time? Just not yourself? Maybe?
Yeah, just everybody else.
Just neglecting yourself. And a lot of people, I think, right now might be in the same situation, because we're low on energy. And so we're only able to. So what I like to say is, imagine if you're a waiter at a restaurant. You have a pitcher of water, right? And your job is to keep everybody else full. But you have to keep your pitcher full if you're going to help everybody else. And most of us are pouring from an empty pitcher, and we know it. We know we are. But we don't know what to do. We don't know what to do about it. We really don't. And so could you eat 12 pounds of broccoli? You know? Or you said you were doing clove capsules?
When I would do my cleanses, I like to add cloves. So I usually try to do I do it every year, 40 days, you know, just no alcohol, no smoking, no toxins, sugar, no toxins, right? I try to stay as, you know,
what about sauna? Have you ever done a sauna?
Yes, I have done that.
That helps too,
cool.
right?
That's cool.
You could do that
everything.
with a detox too.
So then I was taking cloves. So I would make little capsules with the cloves, and I would just eat those, you know?
Like, and that's what did it. Push everything out.
Look, can you go back to the chart?
Oh, let's see. Screen share.
How many cloves would it? Would it be?
Let's see. So the cloves are at the tippy top, and ground sumac, so cloves. You were doing how many capsules a day?
Like 2 to 3.
So
I'm saying I would need, you know, like 20 capsules
you would need
a day
so many, exactly.
Or I could drink some water.
Exactly. And so I've got the machine. We've been drinking the water. We've been sharing it. In fact, my dad went through a detox first day because he started at the highest level, the 9.5. And I told him, you should have told me that you were going to do that. I would have told you to start low, because he went into the deep end and he detoxed, him and Claudia both. And so I don't know if I'm not going to share any other info, you know, that's private, but I know that they felt it. And so because what this water does, it's micro clustered. So imagine a chain link fence. Imagine throwing a baseball at the chain link fence. It's not going to get through. Well, that fence is like the outside of your cell. I said you were 37 trillion cells. Each one of them has a semi-permeable membrane, which means water can go in and toxins should be able to come out. But nowadays, because of all of the toxins and like I said, all the stuff, that chain link fence is even smaller. And so this water, this living water, this restructured, molecularly structured water, it's smaller water. And so it can get into the cell no matter what, because it has a vibration.
All those toxins.
Hydrate and detox. Well, then what happened with them was they drank so much that it basically it broke the dam. The floodgates open, and their bodies just released all the toxins all at once. And so what they got hit hard with the detox. And so maybe your customers, their detox, you guys might be experiencing some serious detox. And so by drinking the water with the juices, it's the perfect 1-2 punch, because your body's 75% water. And so you're going to get water from your juices, but you should also be getting good living water. And I saw on your pamphlet that you recommend water.
half your weight in ounces of water.
But I mean, I really hate to break it to you.
Yeah.
This isn't really going to help, because it's like taking maybe 2 or 3 steps forward.
Yeah, and then drinking that and
then drinking that, and so you're going to need more juice.
It's defeating the purpose.
It's a recycle. It's a revolving door. Yeah. But then we go to work and we have to deal with, you know, so and so from stress and this and that, and then we're sitting in traffic, and so we're up against it. We really are. And if we're already paying, who pays for this? Who's buying this already? You know, so you're basically contributing to an $18 billion industry, and they're not making water. They're producing plastic bottles. They're not producing water. They're producing plastic bottles, because then we throw the bottles away. They're not recycling them anymore. We know that China's not taking our recycling. And so this is not a water company. This is a plastic company, 100%. And so we can even get into that in another part 2. Part 2, you guys, maybe even part 3.
But this was really informative for me and awesome, and I hope it was for you guys too.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me. I hope
Thank you for sharing with us.
I've been doing this.
I hope to go to Bandon. Now I can see Bandon.
I've been doing this now for like I said, 2.5 years.
Yeah.
And I've always been sort of a free thinker. I've never subscribed to the group mentality. I've always wanted to sort of find my own way. And so I've been putting my nose to the grindstone and really researching, but also using myself as the experiment.
Yeah.
And
because then like,
I'm not gonna recommend something
if you don't. Yeah.
But for me, I know that it worked. And then so my friends, my family up in Oregon, we've got this juice bar. We're sharing all the water. Yeah. And now what I kind of want to do is I kind of want to start making those ripple effects down here, because when I come down here, I feel the low vibration. So it encourages me, or sort of motivates me to want to raise that vibration. Yeah. And that's why we're here tonight. Yeah. And so thank you guys.
Thank you guys.
She has all of my information. I have all of her information.
Maybe we could create an area where we could put the link to the website.
Exactly. Then, so we're going to do a YouTube. We'll put this video as many places as we can. And then we'll try to reach out and combine forces, because that's what we should be doing. Really good quality water, really good quality juices, really good quality health. And so you can't really go wrong with that. We're just going to raise vibrations. Yeah, that's good. Appreciate you. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. And stop.